Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome to Amnesia Rebirth. I don't think I was around. Yeah, I kind of was when Amnesia the Dark Descent started, but I was kind of a little young, and I was just trying to be a kid on YouTube, and I quickly dropped that idea. But I never played Amnesia on the channel. I always wanted to, but I've just had some other projects I've been wanting to do. And then the new game came out, and I thought it'd be a great game for us to play during the Halloween time period. We might play something else too, maybe The Evil Within or Resident Evil, but we'll just see where this goes and start from there. I started on the default screen from when you load in because I didn't know if it's one of those games that takes off, right into a cold open, so I wanted to be careful. Okay, set the gamma high and then turn it down till the O is visible but the X has disappeared. Okay. Okay, so it actually does start good. So I'm going to apologize in advance, but I'm going to have to configure my settings. But, I've had games where I've tried to record them and it just starts up automatically. Full screen. Frame rate. Is it locked? Okay, no frame rate. You can't just unlock the frame rate? Okay, FOV. Just set that to appear 100. Is there not any graphic settings? Okay, they are. Anti-analyzing. Okay, that's all there is. High. So, pretty decent looking dynamic. Full reflections. Yeah, I can handle this game. Okay, film grain. I don't like film grain, so I'm turning it up. Very few games have done film grain and blur correctly. And so I prefer to turn that stuff off on pretty much every game I play. Subtitles, on. Subtitle options. Distance, fade, animate, font size, default. Okay, fine. Everything's fine at this point. Controls. Invert y-axis. Yes. And there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, now, I don't know a lot about this game's story. I've tried my best to completely avoid spoilers, even in the reviews. From what I know about the game is you're playing as a female this time, and it takes place in the same universe as The Dark Descent. It's got nothing to do with A Machine for Pigs. And she's trying to find her husband or something like that, or you're playing as I know that the trailer had a husband leaving a note to a wife or something like that. So it's going to be interesting. I wonder if they're going to try to do anything different with a female character. And I'm not trying to make this sound bad, but horror through a female's eyes can be kind of a little bit more intense, And so I wonder if they're going to have her see strange hallucinations. It seems like you can do a little bit more with a horror character because why do you think they call them final girls in a lot of horror movies? And I think the game's fully voice acted this time. There's not just these long sections of reading notes. I think almost everything is talking, which I've heard. I've tried to avoid the Steam forums, but a lot of people have been complaining about that, so we'll see what we get. Anyway, I've held this up long enough. Let's start the game. Okay, this kind of looks either Egyptian or alien. This game should not be played to win. Immerse yourself in the world and story. Fear and darkness are your enemies. Okay, probably plus some sort of creepy monsters. Those masks kind of look like the masks that the boy, Atreus, had to unlock, remember, in God of War on PS4. That's all I can see when I see those masks. Okay, it's kind of odd that the game's frame rate is locked to 60, though. Normally, I like...
When you realize what the pain has made of you. In hiding. Curled in on yourself. Unable to show the world your face. Acting on instinct. Lashing out. Even at those closest to you. Time has passed, and time is a thief. It has stolen your memories. The agony has faded, but so has every precious moment of joy.
So what year does this game take place?
You have been hollowed out from the inside. And there's nothing left of the person you used to be. But you try. You try to remember how to smile. You try to remember how to love. And one day you crawl out from your hiding place and step back into the world. And then, every day, you do what you must to survive.
Okay, all these pictures are like, there's a castle, and then there's like guns, and then it kind of looks like World War II era, then a little earlier. Okay, so I figured from the thing she was a sketch artist, or whoever this is we're following. Okay, so this is like 1920s to 40s.
Don't worry. Pretending it's not there won't make it go away.
I can't move my head.
Salim, it's just turbulence. It'll settle down soon.
Yes, I know. It's hard though. You know, your head tells you one thing, but your heart disagrees.
Try to sleep.
Okay, so I'm guessing we're a married couple.
Imagining what might go wrong.
I know someone who can help you.
And who's that? Marka. Oh, I had no idea you brought him.
I didn't want him to be lonely.
I know, my heart. It's good for him to have an adventure, but he'll be glad when this journey's over, I think. He's had a hard life.
Is he talking about himself or the monkey? What?
Alex?
Okay, that's German. What the heck? Also, the frame rate is dying. What kind of lighthouse is that? Also, did anyone else just hear that growling? That is why I will never get on an airplane. That and that one episode of The Twilight Zone. Okay, I've noticed that the frame rate tended to hitch right there during the cutscene, so I don't know if that's a it should just be a performance issue, realistically. What the?
Don't forget. Don't lose it. No, come on. Need to find him. He must understand. Don't forget. It's her. It's all because of her. Focus. I am Tessie. I am still Tessie.
Okay, so is this my main character talking? Okay, what's wrong with my arms? Fight what? Okay, who is talking to me? Is she talking to herself? Does she have like a split personality or something? Okay, hold down W. Okay, what is that? Laudanum? Or some sort of panic. Laudanum, yeah.
I have laudanum. It will help, but you must try to keep calm, or it will get worse. Do not allow yourself anger. Do not allow yourself to fear. You understand me, Tassi?
So is laudanum is a painkiller. Okay, there's blood in the seats, it looks like.
What happened? Where are they all? Where's Salim?
Okay, she doesn't seem to have amnesia like the game, like the title would suggest. Okay, let me pause for a second. Number 1. Laudanum was a painkiller. Very strong, very addictive. If you've ever seen The Shootist with John Wayne, even by the Western era, you know, that was kind of running out. People weren't taking that stuff very much because of how addictive and bad it was for you. It was like, essentially like what Demerol was a few years later, you know, just like a terminal cancer patient medicine for people in very bad pain. I've never heard of it treating people with mental illnesses such as depression or whatever her issue is. That looked like some form of psychosis. She's talking to herself. That's her voice in her head, but she's putting herself down. The same as the narration, talking about all that hurt and despair, yet she seems so happy. So I'm guessing it's some sort of depression or something. I've never heard of laudanum treating that, but maybe I don't know. I have him to remember. She will die. Find Salim. I have to remember. She will die. Okay, so I'm guessing this is her, your character Tazzy, and her husband Salim. So I'm guessing that's her objectives, but so it seems like she's got a split personality. Memories. Okay, that's the cutscenes. Anastasia Tazzy. I can't pronounce her name. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Anastasi Tryon, engineering drafter. Salim Hanchi, 3rd Rifle. Okay. Yasemin Chabani, hostess. Nicholas Mason, pilot of the Cassandra. Jonathan Weber. Okay, so these are all the people that were on there with us. Eva Ritter. Lucas Ritter, so husband and wife there. Leon Van Treese. Malik Tambora. Dr. Anton Mezer. Alex Sterling. Richard Fairchild. Hank Mitchell. Rachel Holt. Okay, interesting. I don't know what time period this game is set in exactly. It kind of looks odd. Okay, these are fuzzy memories of ours, apparently. Our memories are kind of stripped away.
My book. My handwriting. I don't remember.
Okay. Okay, the sensitivity is a little low. I seem to be limping. Okay, I can actually see myself, and I can jump. Okay, now the game's frame rate seems to stabilize, so yeah, that must have been...
That's the doctor. I'm here. I'm here. Hello. Hello. This is Tazzy.
Crew of the Cassandra. Can anyone hear me?
Okay, you can still interact with the objects the same way.
It's Dr. Mexia. Mrs. Ritter. Salim. Is anyone there?
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Move the mouse in circles to turn a wheel.
Crew of the Cassandra. Please respond.
Okay. Okay, this is like a flight plan. So we were heading from...
Help. I am here with Yasmin. Answer, please.
Okay, toggle text. 12 passengers, crew 2, plane Cassandra. Owner Sterling Shipping in London. Pilot Nicholas Mason. Flight route from Kayes, French Sudan via Insula, Algeria.
Cassandra, this is Anton Mexia. Please, say something.
Okay. You can hold T and middle mouse to move and...
This is Dr. Mexia. I will try again later.
Okay, so you can still probably throw things in the environment to save yourself.
The door's broken.
Okay.
There was a handle, I think. Before.
There it is, right there. Okay, that goes in your inventory. Okay, so you still have an inventory. Okay, so this is kind of old school. I like this. Oh, that's how you take it out. Okay. Okay, it's covered in blood. Come on. Okay. This is Uncharted 3 all over again.
Mother Mary.
Okay, that's an interesting looking bracelet on her arm. Oh.
For God's sake, help me!
I remember people were hurt think?
I don't see nobody
Where
here.
did they go? Where's Salim?
Okay, so she has like selective amnesia.
It's all right, my friend. We'll get you out.
Okay, is there anything useful here? Come on,
Leon, Jonathan, give us a hand here.
come on. Anything I can find in here?
In my case, left side, bandages, quickly.
Okay, that's a telescope. Camera equipment. Okay, I can sprint.
No, Rachel!
Okay, that's me talking, it sounds like. Okay, is there anyone around this plane? I don't see anybody. Okay, we sound like we all have a lot of different accents. And from the pictures, it looked like we are very diverse team.
Crowds here.
Stay in direct sunlight is a bad idea. Keep to the shade. Okay, do I have... Okay. Direct sunlight is a bad idea. Okay. Okay, how long do I just stay here? Is there any... There's no bodies. I have no idea where to go. I know that the heat's got... It looks like they were people dragging stuff this way. Oh, that's a bird. Okay, there's... graves. Ugh. They dug up half the body. Okay, hang on. My crouch key is messed up, I'm sorry. No, not controller mapping. Key bindings. Anything tied to C? No. Okay. For that T key, I'm just gonna have that stuck to mouse 7. Check belly. Okay, that's sort of probably a spoiler right there. I don't... No. Okay. Reset to default. Okay, what was C originally tied to? I'm sorry, hang on. Toggle amulet. Okay, I guess put that on mouse 6. Mouse 7. C. What? Just reset to the default. Okay, it's going to say that no matter what. C. Yes, there we go. There we go. So it doesn't actually tell me who these bodies are, no matter what. Okay, I hit X and it doesn't do nothing, so maybe it's going to be like an Outlast 2 sort of psychosis thing where she thinks that she's pregnant, or maybe it's like she's going to have some... Because you saw that black girl, maybe it's going to be like a Hellblade.
Thank you.
We've no choice. We need to get them to shelter.
I know. It's Salim. He's hurt. You know what he's like.
Let's get him down there, then you and I can sit on him while the doc takes a look. Don't worry. The caves aren't far.
Okay. So, her husband was hurt. I'm just gonna... Well, I'm not gonna pause. I can talk and do this. If she talked to these people and she has this amnesia, apparently she must have traveled pretty far, or at least it looks like it, unless she stayed behind. You know, why wouldn't she have went with them? Why would she go back? It's kind of odd, isn't it? Something's kind of strange so far. I don't know exactly how to explain that. I can't... Cat tongues. Okay.
Salim! Salim, are you there?
Okay, so now instead of the darkness making that cracking sound when you're out in the sun, it makes that kind of crackly pop sound like you're baking. Okay, is there a note or anything in here? Doesn't look like it. Which, divided paths. That looks like it doesn't really go anywhere, so I'm just going to follow the shade as best as I can. So far, I'll say the game's kind of interesting. I wouldn't call this horror right now, except for like the opening kind of had some jumpy bits. Wasn't that effective. It's kind of interesting to see a horror game set in the daylight. You know, you don't see that too often. Okay, the frame rate seems to die a little bit every time you pick up an object. Okay, purses were dropped, it looks like. So, people were traveling through here. I can't tell if that's dirty laundry. It certainly looks that way. Bags. Okay, is this the caves? No, it is not. Just a place to get out of the sun for a brief second. Okay, I'm guessing that sound is me burning up. Yeah, she looks like she's sunburned. That's kind of interesting. That's a nice little mechanic, like if you're out in the sun too long, maybe you get severely sunburned or something. Okay, it looks like we found the caves. Okay, what the? That looks like a demonic looking smiley face.
But it's good, isn't it? People have been here.
It's not always good.
We'll be shot with salt instead of dying of thirst. I agree.
Leon.
What? No point getting your hopes up. We're in this shit.
Okay, I kind of agree with. I'm a realist type, very much. So let's look at these people. Memories. Okay. So Leon, mining supervisor, kind of Frenchy looking.
Oh, there is a cave. Oh, thank God.
So it looks like they kind of set up camp here for a while. Any important papers? Yes.
Dearest
Here.
Susan.
Oh, he reads it.
Dearest Alfie. The stories don't do this place justice. It is amazing. You've never seen anywhere as busy as the market in Algiers. The smells, the flavours, the colours, and oh, the noise. I may have picked you both up a little something. You never know your luck. All my love, always. Dad.
All the notes you... Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I already figured that out. Hey, another note. Rachel Holt, Chief People Wrangler. Papers. Travel from... What isn't all the notes read then? Croydon Airport. Breath of fresh air. Must thank C for suggesting her. On top of everything, much better at it than me. Need to give her a bit of time to get the grips with the local scenery, but very promising start. Hopefully she can be a permanent fixture for the future trips. Okay, C.
Rachel? Yeah, she organized those lectures in London, and Charlie back at the Institute recommended.
Oh, so Charlie's C.
Got a good head on her. I like her. No, don't you give me that look.
Okay,
Kazi, look at the hands. Such tiny, perfect fingers. Hello. Hello, my little one.
Okay, so we have a kid. Okay, so where is our kid? That's a pretty important question to ask right now. Was it on the plane? We certainly wasn't holding it. Man, these load times. And this game still hitches. Maybe they'll make a performance patch in the next couple of days. Okay, can you please load in? There. Okay, man, it's going to be dark in here. Okay, we unlocked an achievement.
It's alright. I can manage.
Come on. Not far now.
Yeah, why would we have
Is
gone
anyone there?
so far? Why would we have gone so far? Fire's still fresh. Somebody was injured
Hold
bad.
more tightly, or the stitching will tear.
I'm sorry. I will be still.
Man, he must have had a bad gash.
I have you. I have you.
Okay, so he was messed up pretty bad. Can I keep those scissors? Might save me. No, they're for cutting. Okay. Didn't leave me no food.
This is us. Salim and me. I brought this here.
Salim Hanachi Tazi Trinan, August 33rd. Love transcends the law. Okay, what's wrong with their marriage?
What is it?
I had something to say to you. A whole speech, something poetic, but...
You don't need to say anything.
I know, it's just... I never thought this would happen. Any of this. You and me, I would never have imagined it.
Salim, there is no one I would rather spend my time with.
Really?
Really? Stop worrying. I'm in love with you, you idiot.
You are my heart, Tazitrianum.
I said no poetry.
Okay, so apparently she did some sketching. She's taken a lot of bottles of laudanum. What's that say on it? Poison and something or another. Sedative. I can't read it. It's so small. I'm sorry. I'm legitimately trying. So she's at least either she gave some to her husband or whatever, but somebody's been downing a lot of laudanum. From the way it sounds, that either that was a flash into the future or a flash into the past, but we have a kid. Her husband was injured, and it looked... Can I pull it back up from the memories? See, right there, that looks like a massive wound. She might be kind of overstating it in the art, but, I mean, that looks massive. Okay, I don't have any... Okay, I do have a match. Okay, you have to manually light the matches and then use them. Project Jacka Salama, Triple Crown Mining. Okay. Okay, so the match can light everything in that limited time period. Okay, big party. Looks like Americans here. Alex and Richard, October 36. Thought you should have this. It captures both of you so well. GX. Okay.
But I can't. I won't stay here. There's something in the tunnels, I swear it.
You won't be staying. You'll be with us, and I'll take care of you. Come here.
Okay, blood on this, it looks like. I can't tell if it's the shadows or blood. Lots of pencils. I don't want to be lighting things I don't have to light. Okay, man. Well, apparently we took the time to get set up. This was a permanent base from the looks of it.
My darling Amanda, by now you'll know about the crash. And you'll know that our situation is a bit sticky. We're off for a walk through the desert to see if we can find a radio or a village or some other sort of help. Everyone's putting a brave face on it. But no one really knows what's going to happen. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is the last you'll hear. If it is, I'm sorry, my love. I suppose it's my fault for wanting a big adventure. I should have stayed home after all. Please tell them both that I love them. Tell Susan that she's the best girl in the world. And tell Alfie to look after his sister. Oh, now I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes and my hands are trembling and I just don't know what to write. I don't know how to say goodbye. can't believe this is goodbye. I love you, my darling girl. I know in my heart we'll see each other again. Even if it's not in this life. You're Jonathan.
Okay. People might complain this game's a lot talkier than the others. So far, I'm not going to comment on that. I will say that voice acting for Jonathan there, fantastic. He did that really well. I like the way he did that. Pass number 09, named Yasmin Chobani. Okay, so that's one of the people who was with us. That's her ID card.
What a beautiful girl. Is that your daughter?
Yes.
Okay, so we do have a kid.
My father keeps nagging me for grandchildren. Did you leave her in Paris?
Yes.
Is she with her
Yasmin, I'd like to check the Sadiola samples are packed up. Give me a hand.
Of course, Mr. Mitchell. Sorry, Hank.
Okay, so couple of questions here. So we have a daughter. We left her behind. Children's toys. This might have been what Jonathan had for his kids. Okay, I don't want to get too far into the cave system. I want to explore. Okay, this loops around. Okay. Okay, that's our route, I'm guessing. Yeah, where they were heading. James Henry Mitchell, expedition leader. Rachel Hall. Okay, this is saying who everybody is. So it looks like we lost Nicholas Mason, the pilot, and we lost Rachel Holt, assistant to Mr. Mitchell. So we've lost two. Those are the two people who died. That is a very good question. Why would they leave you behind? Okay, say we stayed at this camp for a brief period, and then we left. You know, one of them was saying something about something in the caves. Okay, we got more matches. Bottle of wine. Okay, Tazzy Trinon, this is us. Okay. We have, you know, it appears that they're married, but why is she still named Trinon? I mean, I'm not trying to sound, you know, you can talk women's rights and stuff like that, and, you know, who has to take the last name. I'm not talking about that. This appears to be like pre-1950. Let's put it that way. It looks 1940-ish to pass. I'd say closer to the 20s. Why would she not have taken her husband's name? Engineer drafter. Papers not needed. She's a French national. Okay, he definitely looks Middle Eastern, so maybe that's why she didn't take his name. You know, maybe she didn't want her parents to know. I don't know. Tazzy is... I really don't know how to handle this. Sure, she'll cope in the field. This is not a difficult trip. We've been on much worse. But last year has been hell for her. That call from Paris, she sounded so broken. Guess all I can do is look out for her and try to keep her busy. No need to prod Malik and Rachel to do the same. She's got Salim here too, which will help. I really hope this is what she needs. That it can start mending things for her, for both of them. So did we lose our daughter? It sounds like it.
I promise I won't bring this up again, but I know this won't be easy on you. First time out again, you know? So, if you want a break, you want to get away from people, any of that, just say whatever you need.
Okay, so that's why Hank stopped Yasmin from bringing up her daughter. So I'm assuming that her daughter passed away.
To those who follow, I am Salim Hanachi. I crashed with the crew of the Cassandra on March 3rd, 1937.
Okay, so it's 1937.
I and others were injured. We stayed while the rest of the crew went for help. My companions are dead now.
What?
And the radio is broken. I cannot wait alone. There is some sort of creature here. I must go after the crew as best I can. They followed the path through the mountain. I will leave signs. Tazzy, if I do not find you, and by some chance you are reading this, know that you are my heart.
Okay, that was from the trailer.
Why couldn't Don't you wait. I'll find you. I promise.
Okay, something else here. Eva Ritter, geologist, German. Okay, that's the one that we heard talking in German. Hired by Triple Crown. Very German, very precise. Package deal with Second Gun, Lucas, her husband. Note to Rachel to sort out sleeping arrangements. They'll want to be together.
I seem to spend my life around efficient women who think I'm not taking things seriously enough.
Okay, so is he going to finish that, or is he not going to finish that? Okay, so it sounds like... Okay, we're at the end of our time, so I'm going to just continue on and do a second video, but I've got a couple questions for the audience to be thinking about. Number one, what happened to us? Why would we have been there with him while he was getting stitched up? When I'm talking about him, I mean Salim, which I assume is her husband, because they both had rings on their left hand. But she apparently went back to the plane for whatever reason, passed out, and they left her behind. Now, I know there's some sort of creature in these caves, but apparently they had broken up into groups, and the way it says companions are dead, I don't know if he means the two that we buried back at the plane, or if he's talking about more people dying. And so I don't quite know. Also, that German woman we were just reading about, it's listed that her and her husband are married, and they're going to want to stay together. Pretty simple. Why is Tazzy, my character, and Salim not have the same last name, even though they have wedding rings on? And this is 1937, so that's a fair question to ask. And why would they split up? It seems sort of odd. It seems like they're a pretty happy couple. It sounds like they had a child, and then unfortunately it sounds like that child passed away, and that's why they went on the trip. Sounds like Hank's about the only one that really knows them. So this is going to be kind of an interesting story to unravel. I got a lot of questions, so I'm interested to see where the plot goes. So far, it is a little talky, but, I mean, telling the story, you can tell a horror game story. A lot of games seem to forget that horror doesn't have to be all jump scares, and so I'm interested to see if the plot comes along good, and I really do hope it works itself out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and have a great evening.